Yeah. Some people chase the ground. I'm chasing altitude. Let's rise. I elevate my body, had to move with intention. Stretching past pain, learn to breathe through the tension. From slouched over dreams to my spine straightened up. Had to stand on my values, couldn't lean on my luck. Every step got weight, every meal got thought. Had to love this vessel like the spirit did caught. I'm not running from age, I'm just running my race. Every scar on my skin, put some wisdom on my face. Elevate, mind clear, feet steady. Elevate, heart strong, hands ready. Elevate, from the floor to the stars, we levitate. If it don't live my life, I let it wait. Elevate my mind, had to clean out the noise. Too many broken opinions from unhealed boys. Read a book, took notes, learned silence is power. Found diamonds in pressure, found peace in the hour. I don't argue with chaos, I starve it instead. Feed my thoughts real truth, let the lies go unfed. Had to unlearn fear that was handed to me. Now my thoughts move free like they finally got keys. Elevate, mind clear, feet steady. Elevate, heart strong, hands ready. Elevate, from the floor to the stars, we levitate. If it don't live my life, I let it wait. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Elevate financially, talk numbers, not flash. I respect every dollar cause I know where I was from. Almost enough to it stacking with grace. I don't chase quick money, I build wealth with pace. Contracts over clout, ownership, my religion. If it don't make sense long term, that's a bad decision. I invest in my vision, cut leaks in my stream. Every check is a receipt saying bet on your dream. I'm not lucky, I'm aligned. I'm not rushed, I'm on time. Every level cost me comfort. Every rise refine my ground. Yeah, elevate spiritually, feet on the ground. Head in the clouds, but my truth staying sound. I pray like I'm talking, I listen like I'm taught. Ancestor whisper when the room get quiet enough. I don't beg the universe, I partner with flow. Do the work in the dark, let the light do the show. I'm not holy cause I'm perfect, I'm sacred cause I try. I elevate daily, even when I cry. Elevate body, mind, soul, funds. Elevate old wounds, don't control us. Elevate, say it slow, let it resonate. If it don't help me rise, I don't negotiate. Still climbing, still grounded, still grateful, still elevate.
Steps off, baby. This ain't just a vibe, it's a sanctuary. You just walked into the love palace. Welcome to a daily dose of Dee. Wrap yourself in satin truth. This love ain't rushed, it's velvet smooth. Silk on your spirit, rose in your mouth. Let me show you what healing's really about. Ooh, she don't play with pleasure, nah. Only pours it where it's earned. Let it burn slow. A daily dose of Dee. Let the love run deep and free. One touch and you'll believe. She's the calm, she's the heat, she's the peace you need. Here in the love palace, where even broken ships sail smooth. Anchor down, baby, daily dose of Dee. Your prescription to feel seen. No refills, just show up and receive. Let your ships drift into healing seas. We don't chase waves, we ride them. She don't beg, she just glows.
People love to say, I was just giving advice, but advice is powerful. Advice can build someone up or break someone down. Advice can heal confusion or create more chaos. And sometimes advice sounds like love. Sometimes advice sounds like control. And sometimes advice is wisdom from experience. It is fear disguised as concern. You see, we live in a world where everybody got something to say. People will tell you how to live, how to love, how to parent, how to heal, how to move on, and how to survive. But the real question is, who taught people how to give advice responsibly? Because words carry energy. And when you speak into somebody's life, you are planting seeds in their mind, spirit, and emotion. Some seeds grow confidence, other seeds can grow doubt. Advice is deeper than conversation. Advice is influence. And influence can either become a blessing or a burden. So let's talk about advice today. Welcome to Daily Dose of Dee. Grand rising, grand afternoon, or grand evening, depending on what time of day you're watching Daily Dose of Dee. I am your host, Goddessdee of Love. Let me make sure my volume is up. Okay. How's everyone doing today, y'all? How is everyone doing today? It is Friday. Yes, it is. Let's clap it up for Friday. I hope you had a very good week. We're at the end of the week and it's Friday, so let's go ahead and get into what it is here at Daily Dosity. Today, here on Friday, we're calling this Facing the Facts Friday. Because we're going to face some facts today about the word of the day, which is advice, guidance, recommendations, or opinions offered to help someone make decisions or solve problems. And also on this Face the Fact Friday, it wouldn't be right if I didn't have my quote of the day, right? And the quote of the day is, advice is a gift, not a command. Take what resources, leave what doesn't, and always trust your own heart to guide your path. The right advice will empower you, not control you. Yes. On this Facing the Fact Friday, we're going to go ahead and tap into the word advice. So if you're new here, I am your host, Goddessdee of Love. Welcome. And to all my lovely supporters that continue to support me today, I'm doing this a little bit earlier today because I have some things to do this weekend and for the rest of the week. So if you're not here at this time, I hope you are catching the replay on this. Shout out to the replay game. I'm going to say that in advance because I am doing this a little bit early. So once again, welcome to Daily Dose of D, where we talk about healing, we talk about love, we talk about self-love, most importantly, and everything in between. Now, you know how I like to break down the words of the day. So the word advice means guidance, recommendations, or opinions offered to help someone make decisions or solve problems. Advice usually comes from experience, knowledge, and observation, or even your personal belief. So let's break down the origin of the word. The word advice comes from the old French word avis, 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 which means opinion or viewpoint. The root of the word connects to the ideal of seeing someone clearly and sharing understanding with another person. So when you really think about the Love Palace family, advice is just not this, not talk, just talking. It's literally someone giving you their view of life. And sometimes people give advice based on wisdom. Others give advice based on trauma. And sometimes they give advice based on fear. Excuse me, y'all. On fear. And sometimes people give advice because they want control over your choice. That is why discernment matters, people. Yes, discernment matters. You ever notice how people can give you advice about your whole entire life and their own life is just falling completely apart behind closed doors? That is why you cannot just listen to words. You have to pay attention to the patterns. You have to pay attention to energy and most importantly, intention. And while you're thinking about that, make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to Daily Dose of Dee, the Love Palace, okay? Because these conversations are not just entertainment. These are mirrors of reflection to help you be your higher self. So we're going to continue the discussion right after these messages.
Everybody, this video is about the difference between advice and advise. Let's go. Advice is a noun that refers to recommendations or suggestions given to someone to help them make a decision. It's something you get. For example, can you give me some advice? Don't say advices. If you want one, say, can you give me a piece of advice? However, advise is a verb that means to give advice or offer suggestions. It's something you give to somebody else. For example, I advised him to study harder, or she advises her colleagues on business strategies. To summarize, advice with C is a noun and advice with S is a verb. I hope this helps. See you in the next video. Bye bye.
You tapping, you boss. Yeah. Goddessdee. Yeah.
We asking one question tonight.
Where the love?
Where the love?
Is it him or is it us? He say she tripping, she say he don't show enough. Where's the love while we keep switching it up? When it won't honesty, men just won't trust.
Where's the love?
Everybody talking tough, but when the heart break, everybody hush.
Where's the love?
Maybe we both messed up.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Where is the Love? We're glad you tuned in.
Blessings on blessings, everyone. We appreciate you for sharing your time with us
You want
today.
peace but don't give respect. Then wonder why my attitude, nigga. You say I'm emotional, I say you cold. You say relax, I say be bold. You say loyalty, I say time. Love ain't words if you never show sign. Now
She looking confused like,
what did I do?
now she looking right back like,
You know the truth,
she
huh?
looking right back like,
You know the truth.
yo.
Where is the love?
Is it him or is it us? He say she tripping, she say he don't show enough. Where is the love while we keep switching it up? Women want honesty, men just want trust.
Where is the love?
Everybody talking tough, but when the heart break, everybody hush.
Where is the love?
Maybe we both messed up. Tune in tonight, let's talk about us.
He say I'm working hard just to build my name.
Welcome back, Love Palace family. If you did not get an opportunity to tune in last night to Where is the Love at, you missed a good one. I'm not even going to tell you about it. You need to go check it out because it was very good, good conversation. people hit the panel early and everything. So where's the love at? We double stream. So it's here at the Love Palace and at Big Mouthpieces. So you can watch it at either one or both, like most do. But we do want y'all to come to Where's the love at? And if you go to both channels, like, share, and subscribe on both. Okay, the information will be in the chat for you to subscribe if you haven't to, or so you know when to catch Where's the Love. So let's go ahead and continue our discussion that we're having today, because we're talking about advice, the power, the weight, and the wisdom behind the words. So now, as we just seen on that clip, right, there's a difference between advice and advise. And a lot of people get a little confused. So let me just break that down for you real quick, because people confuse advice with authority, and those are two different things, advice and advise, okay? So, advise, they're the same, but they're used differently. Let me say that. As the clip said, advice with a C is a noun, and it's the act of guidance or opinion that you're giving. So just like you'd be like, "Oh, my grandmother gave me advice." Okay, that's just breaking that down as well. Now, advise with the S is the action of giving guidance. See the difference, family? So, an example of that is my grandmother advised me to stay more focused. One is the thing being offered, and the other is the act of offering. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. I got this allergy cough. So, one is the thing being offered, I'm offering, and the other thing is the act of offering it. So, understanding the difference matters because people don't just receive advice, people experience being advised. That's why I broke that up for you so you can see where I'm going here. So, meaning that your tone is going to matter, okay? Respect is going to matter when you're giving advice and advice, and the delivery definitely matters. You can say the right thing in the wrong way and completely lose the message. Like, you could say grand rising, or I could be like grand rising. See the difference? Tone makes the difference when you're giving advice or advising. So, advice is not always a formal thing. Let's just be clear about that, family. It's just not somebody sitting down for a serious conversation. That's more like therapy, but they could be that way as well. Advice can sound like, you know what, you deserve better. Go ahead and take your time. Don't trust everybody. You know what, you might want to save some of your money. Following your dreams is important. You know, you might want to leave that relationship. Have you ever thought about going back to school? Even in social media, it's filled with advice every single day. There's relationship advice, there's financial advice, there's parenting advice, there's healing advice, there's spiritual advice. Advice can come from family, friends, strangers, co-workers, your pastors, your teachers, your influencers, or even children sometimes. Mhm. And believe it or not, silence can become advice too. Some people advise you through what they refuse to say. And sometimes their actions speak louder than those words. Mhm. So now, Love Palace family, if this conversation got you thinking about people who influenced your life positively or negatively, Go ahead and take some time to think about that. Because some advice saved us and some advice delayed us. We're going to continue this conversation right after these messages.
There are only 4 people you should really take advice from. Number 1, the example. This is somebody who has already built what you want. If they haven't done it, they can't teach it. Stop asking people for directions to places they have not been. Don't ask somebody how to get free if they're still stuck. Number 2, the lesson. This is the person who has taken the hit, learned the lesson, and kept on moving. I'm talking about the one who got back up, got wiser, and came back stronger. Success leaves clues, but so does failure. The right person knows how to keep the lesson and leave the pain. Number 3, the coach. The coach is the truth teller. They are not just there to cheer you on. They are there to stretch you, correct you, and tell you the truth. Not what feels good, but what grows you. Number 4, the honest mirror. This is the person who has your best interest at heart, but no personal agenda in your outcome. They are not trying to control you, impress you, or benefit from your success. And everybody else, smile, nod, be polite, but keep it moving. Because advice is everywhere. But direction from the right people, that's priceless.
We bring the light higher, fire in the rhythm, heat in the sound, COC energy shaking the ground.
Welcome back, Love Palace family. Now, you know where you could get some advice, or what I like to say, some insight, is by the one and only certified coach that you have here right now. That would be me. I'm certified insight coach. You can follow me at the information in TikTok, The Love Palace. Instagram is the main source, The Love Palace. That information will be dropped into the chat. And if you like to have some insight, or like to call myself the clarity activator, because it's always inside of you anyway, right? Go ahead and hit me up on Instagram at The Love Palace, and we'll get you taken care of so you can be your higher self, okay? So back to our discussion about advice. Now listen, I want you to make sure you protect your peace this weekend and this coming up holiday, okay? Because it's very, very important. Protect your peace every day. Everybody does not deserve access to your energy. So let's talk about the different types of advice, because all advice is not created equally. No, it is not. But to be honest, there's actually just 2 types of advice. Excuse me. That's solicited and unsolicited advice. So solicited advice is when someone asks for guidance, they want the help, they are open to hearing another perspective. And you're like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and, give you some advice. Okay. Then we have the type of advice. So that type of, let me slow down and talk about that real quick. The solicited advice is the type of advice that usually lands better because the person invited the conversation. It usually works better because you're like, I want you to talk to me. I'm calling you because I need some advice. Can you come over? Can we talk? So that works better because the person's asking for it, right? Now, we have the unsolicited advice. It's when someone gives guidance without even being asked. Now, sometimes unsolicited advice can genuinely help people. It can. I've had a lot of unsolicited advice and it has helped me, but sometimes it can feel very intrusive, judgmental, or even controlling. So, for example, imagine somebody's telling a struggling mother how to parent without really understanding her reality. Or how about they're trying to tell a parent how to parent and they're not even a parent? Or somebody giving relationship advice while never experiencing healthy love themselves. That is why timing and empathy matter when it comes to advice. People do not always need correction. Sometimes they just need support. So, on a personal level, how I handle this is when someone comes to me, I ask them, "Are you asking me because you want to get some advice, you want to conversate, or you just want me to listen?" And that way you have the clarity right then and there if you're going to be giving advice. So, the core purpose of advice is to help someone gain clarity, avoid mistakes, and grow wiser or feel supported during a decision that they're trying to make. So, good advice should guide, it should not be controlling at all. It should empower you, not shame. Real advice is going to sound like, "I want you to think," not "I want you to listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying. I want you to go ahead and think about what you should do. You should do this." See the difference? The best advice helps people become stronger within themselves, of becoming dependent on somebody else instead of becoming dependent on someone else's opinion. And honestly, family, sometimes the purpose of advice is not even to give the answer. Sometimes advice simply helps people feel less alone. Because let's be honest, life today can be heavy. And when you think you have to figure everything out by yourself, whew, family, it could get hard. This conversation right here is deep because some of us grew up around criticism disguised as advice. Let me say that again. This conversation is deep and important to help you grow because some of us grew up around being criticized and it was disguised as advice. hmm Yeah. Everything was, "I'm just trying to help you." But it did not feel helpful. It felt hurtful. And that's why emotional awareness matters, family. Words can leave fingerprint on people. So sit back, think about that for a minute. Stop, think about it. I'm going to be right back right after this messages to wrap this conversation up about advice, okay? Right after these messages.
Advice is tricky, but it's very important. The challenge is you got to understand who you're listening to. So there's two types of people out there that are going to give you advice. The first are those who understand what's really going on with you. You want to spend a lot of time with these people and create an inner circle. It'll change your life. But the second type are also people who want to help you, but they don't understand and they're not going to get it. So you want to be careful with people like this. They may be well-intentioned, but don't listen too carefully to what they're saying. How do you figure out the difference? Get some time on my schedule. I'll show you how.
She don't rush when she step in. She don't rush when she step in. She let the room lean in. Roots deep, yeah, she grounded. Still fly when she move with them. Plants on the altar, smoke in the air. She been healing while she right here. She don't chase what's ready. She aligned and it appear. No, why? Heart, mind, right, body, body, loose, spirit, talk when she move. Holistic royalty by cows. She don't say much, you can't tell. Holistic royalty, she move well. Mind, body, spirit, all in sync, she well. Holistic royalty by cows. She don't say much, you can't tell.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. The life of content creator when you're doing your own production. But it's all good. It's all good. Welcome back, like I said. Hey, did y'all get to tap into Holistic Royalty by Cal today? We have moved from bed yoga to chair yoga. Yes, I personally enjoy this part of it because, if you know, you know. So this really helps me. I'm getting out the bed. The bed yoga was nice. Don't get me wrong. But this is actually allowing me to get up. She did chair yoga today. So make sure you tap into Holistic Royalty by Cal, okay, for that nice chair yoga and meditation. That information will be dropped into the chat so you can like, share, and subscribe. So let's go ahead and talk about the duality of giving advice, right? Because there is duality in that. Because if you really think about it, family, if you really think about it, is it always good to give advice? No, it's not. It's not always good to give advice. Sometimes people give advice too quickly instead of listening first, right? And sometimes people project their own fears onto others. And sometimes, this part is important, advice becomes manipulation. So for example, somebody who failed at their dreams may advise you not to chase yours. They'll say like, are you sure you really want to do that? Not because you can't succeed, but because they are still carrying their disappointment. And sometimes people give advice because it makes them feel powerful or needed. But on the other side, the positive side, advice can also save lives. It can prevent pain, and advice can help people avoid those dangerous situations. The duality is understanding that advice itself is not automatically good or bad. It depends on the heart. It depends on the intention behind it, the wisdom, and the delivery. That is why your discernment is everything, family. Not every voice deserves access to your decision. Yeah, not every voice deserves that access to your decision, to your life. So why do we need advice in Goddessdee, Liz? Oh, thank y'all for asking. We need advice because nobody experiences life completely alone. Nobody experiences life completely alone. Human beings learn through connection and having those shared experiences and wisdom passed down through generations. Advice can help us see those blind spots, and it can help us slow down emotionally. It can help us recognize danger, opportunities, or healthier ways to move through life. And some people need advice because they're just plain overwhelmed. Some need just that reassurance to get them going. And sometimes they need perspective outside of their own emotions. But there is balance. Because while advice is helpful, constantly depending on everybody else's opinion can disconnect you from your own inner voice. Advice is helpful, but if you constantly depend on others, it's going to take you away and disconnect you from yourself, your inner voice, your inner self. And at some point, wisdom also means learning how to trust yourself. Mm-hmm. Love Palace family, one thing life will teach you is this. Everybody's talking does not mean everybody speaking wisdom. Let me say that again. Everybody talking does not mean everybody speaking wisdom. Yeah. Some people speak from healing. Some speak from hurt and pain. We need to learn the difference. Now, if you're sitting here watching Daily Dose of Dee and you like what I'm talking about, and this is your first time, or you want more Daily Dose, go catch those replays because there's plenty of the content waiting for you, okay? Have to throw that in there, y'all feel me? I'm about to close this conversation out. But first, let's talk about the real benefits of healthy advice, okay? Because healthy advice can bring clarity during confusion. It can give encouragement during your hard times. And it can provide emotional support and wisdom from experience. Advice can help people avoid unnecessary mistakes, and it can build up your confidence. It can strengthen relationships when given with care and respect. Good advice can even become generational healing. I love that one. I love that one. One conversation can change somebody's mindset forever. But one thing people must remember is this. Advice should inspire thought, not remove freedom. Advice should inspire, not remove freedom. The goal is not to create copies of ourselves. The goal is to help people become better versions of themselves. That's the goal, people. To make people become the better versions of themselves. And that's why advice is good and helpful. Okay, family. Let me leave you with these wonderful, wonderful words about advice on this Facing Facts Friday. Okay? Be careful whose voice becomes louder than your own. Some people will advise you out of love, but some's going to do it out of fear, jealousy. Some is going to do it out of wisdom, and some out of wounds that were never healed. Everybody with an opinion is not qualified to direct your life. So learn to listen, but also learn to feel, because your intuition speaks too. There will be moments when advice saves you, and there will be moments when growth requires you to trust yourself anyway. Do not become addicted to outside validation. Do not become so dependent on guidance that you abandon your own discernment. You see, wisdom is the balance, knowing when to listen and knowing when to speak, knowing when to seek help and knowing when to stand firm in your own truth. Some of the best advice you will ever receive will come from people who genuinely want peace for your soul. And some of the best advice you will ever give yourself is finally believing that your life matters enough to protect your energy, your choices, and your future. Okay, family. I want to thank you for coming to Face the Facts Friday here at Daily Dose of Dee. I want you to remember this. Everybody can give advice, but not everybody carries wisdom. Let me repeat that to you again, okay? And to myself. You already know it's about self-love, right? Everybody can give advice, but not everybody carries wisdom. So you need to protect your peace, trust your growth, your intuition, and continue becoming the highest version of yourself. Okay? Now, also, family, I will not be doing Daily Dose of Dee, the ships, and Where's the Love at next week. But you can definitely catch all the replays because there's plenty of powerful content just sitting there waiting for you. Okay? Because, family is very important to me, and we are celebrating graduations, birthday, and spending time together in our new found space. But I'm going to return on May the 26th. So I want everyone to have a beautiful weekend and holiday. Please be safe, stay peaceful, abundant, prosperous, and full of love. And I will see you real soon on May 26th. Y'all be safe out there. Happy Face the Facts Friday, and have a blessed week.
Soft light, evening glow. She make us essential, let the magic flow. Bath and spray, a gentle start. Body but a woman, every part. Crystals hum.
Shimaka, you outdid yourself with this scent.
Shines, every drop, every scent. She make us essentials, my heart's contented. She make us essentials, house of blessings.
Here's how to gracefully give advice without sounding pushy or superior. The way you offer guidance can either uplift or offend. It all comes down to tone and tact. It also depends on your relationship with the individual. Ask before you advise. Begin with, would you like my perspective on whatever topic it may be? It shows respect and emotional intelligence. Lead with empathy. Say, I've been there too, or here's what helped me. It softens your message and builds trust. It also implies that no one is perfect, not even you. So keep it concise. Rambling turns advice into a lecture. Offer clarity, not commentary. Offer suggestions, not instructions. Use phrases such as, you might try such and such, rather than you should. Subtlety is power. Respect their choices. Once you've spoken, let it go. Guidance is an offer, not an obligation. And remember, graceful advice empowers, not imposes. Speak with empathy, and your words will always land softly. Join the Polished Society to learn refined communication.
Love like she don't just love, she heals in key. Let go, let flow. Daily dose of Dee. In the land free. In the love palace, ship stuck even here. Yeah, we guide the tide. Goddessdee. Whispering back when your heart needs reminding. D is divine, D is daily, D is love, a daily dose.